Well, I'm going to begin, guys, by asking, I mean, I was reading earlier that this was actually proposed originally as a potential TV series idea.
Well, it wasn't. No, Shane wrote it as a script, as a movie, and then he actually wrote Kiss Kiss Bang Bang after that. So we did that first, and then we talked about maybe doing this as a TV series on the heels of Kiss Kiss, but at the end of the day, it made more sense to do it as a theatrical.
Because I mean, the characters are fantastic, and if this is as popular as I'm sure it will be, I mean, is there any scope in potentially turning this into a TV series further down the line?
I mean, we got to get through this. We're in a very competitive summer marketplace with people flying with capes and animated birds and every other damn thing. So to get through and make this noticeable to people who, and if they find it fresh enough that they think, yeah, this is like a breath of air. Let's do more of this. And we'd rather do a sequel, I think, than a TV show, frankly, because I want to work with those two guys before I want to cast a TV show.
Because, I mean, it's all the small sort of details I love. I mean, there's a moment, I think, when Ryan Gosling asks for a mint and he sort of takes a small handful and they sort of fall out of his mouth. And it just kind of adds to the kind of clumsy nature of the character. I mean, were these moments in the screenplay, were they kind of spontaneous additions on the day?
There were moments in the screenplay to suggest the awkwardness of the character, and then he would just, because he was so in character, organically, he would just start doing stuff. You'd see, I like a little moment where Healy reaches just to get some more money out of his pocket, and Ryan momentarily looks like he's going to pull out a gun, And those little bits, those little in-character bits are really endemic to just a really great actor.
Because I sometimes find that when a film's got really kind of slick one-liners, kind of punchy screenplay, it can actually paper over the cracks of what is of having a kind of compelling narrative, but this manages to have a really captivating kind of detective story at the heart of it. Was that a sort of challenge to get the kind of style and the substance to kind of complement each other?
To me, no, because we have a tradition to uphold. We're trying to fulfill on the legacy of something that's very dear and precious to me, which is this long-standing private eye, American, by the way, invention, the private eye, the gumshoe, and I've read 100, 1,000 of these. So to me, it was just do that first. If it's funny, great. We hope it's funny. I think it is. But if it's not a detective story, it ain't anything.
And I mean, you two are behind some of the kind of most sort of seminal action movies ever made. I was just wondering, in regards to the kind of this genre in the kind of contemporary landscape, do you think that, because this is obviously kind of nostalgia infused, do you think we need to kind of look back sometimes to move forwards, or do you think there's still a place for modern day set kind of action films that can still kind of compel as they always have done?
I mean, I think it depends on there's a timeless element to the sort of mythic hero, the mythic private eye that sort of lands in any era. But at the same time, there's nothing to say that in modern day you can't do a compelling buddy movie. I just think it's imperative there always be an organic relationship rather than pulling two comedians, which seems the norm nowadays, and throwing them into what's called a two-hander. I think just getting real actors to tell a real story, doesn't matter what time period you set it in.
And I mean, Shane, obviously you're working on the Predator feature that's coming up soon. I mean, how does this work? Is this a sequel to the original, or sort of reboot? I mean, what's the kind of idea behind this?
To me, it's a sequel. I mean, the events of Predators, the Robert Rodriguez one, have not happened yet, and Predator 2 has probably happened already. So it's present day. It's 2018, and it's a reimagining for 2018 of the Predator. But all the events of the other movies are sort of acknowledged.
And do you find that you learn quite a lot from Iron Man in that? I mean, when you sort of delve into the MCU, there's so much pressure on every film. Do you almost feel like you're almost not invincible going forward, but you feel like now you've made a film for that sort of audience? You kind of dealt with it already.
It's a crash course. I mean, and so too with Joel, by the way. He's doing the same sort of thing when he does Sherlock and they have to recreate London in 1891. I mean, you go to work and there's a wall of green in front of you, green screen. It can be very nauseating after a while, but what you do is you learn a tremendous amount, and you learn to trust the machine of people there to help you.
And talking of Sherlock Holmes, I mean, is that sort of shooting this year? And
we're hoping to. We're trying to. I mean, Downey's very busy. He's very busy, and we're trying to kind of block out maybe the fall to make Sherlock Holmes. We're trying to, and we'd like to do it. I hope we can.
And I've heard rumours that there might be kind of a time travelling aspect in this movie. Is that anything that you're able to speak about at all?
There's no time travelling.
Oh, there's no time travelling. And just finally, I saw a fantastic viral video that you were in yesterday when you went on this great rant. You're great in front of camera. Have you ever kind of contemplated getting involved in a few more acting roles?
Well, I mean, the reason Ryan always talked about this scene. I have a little scene at the beginning of Roger Rabbit.
Yep.
Where at the first animated piece of Roger Rabbit, Roger screws something up, and I come in as a director and I yell at him, and Ryan said as a kid that was the first time he's like aware of things being behind the scenes, that a director can come in,
He's very good at yelling. I think that he's got that down.
But I mean, I think that, look, it was discussion of the idea of kind of contemplating the need for social media and how just kind of getting all that out there. And, through those conversations, Ryan blended that with my scene from Roger Rabbit and said, let's kind of do that. So, but it's been fun. Look, I did it because Ryan asked me to, and the guys liked it, so they pushed it out. So it's out in the world. But hope people
take in the right spirit. Yeah, and the message is real. I mean, here we are in the world of social media. We got to punch through somehow, But it is fantastic.
Anyway, thank you so much for your time today.
So much.
Appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.